Welcome back to the channel. So I have a couple Christmas projects coming up, and I thought I'd give a quick review of the tool that I'm going to be using to prep the metal. So this is the VEVOR Burnishing and Polishing machine. The machine comes with 4 of these drums, a wrench, and extra brushes. It has 6 variable speeds, going from 500 RPM to 3000 RPM. There's a button by the trigger that can be pushed in to keep the motor running. So there's a button to where you can hold the drum in place and loosen up the bolt. This is a 3/4 inch keyed arbor, and each one of these rollers are the same, the ones that they send to you. They're all the fine rollers. I bought these other drums from Harbor Freight. This is the Bauer brand. They also have the 3/4 inch keyed arbor. Part of the Christmas project is going to be made out of this 1/8 inch sheet steel. And so what I'm going to do is just use each one of these abrasive drums in rows here. Just kind of see what each one looks like. So as I would expect, there's some scratches here. They're really faint scratches, and then they get a little bit smoother here. And then of course the drum that came with the unit, it's pretty fine, so this actually looks pretty smooth. This machine isn't a grinder, and so it's not gonna put a bunch of gashes or anything in the metal. So the metal's still pretty smooth. And right now I'm trying not to cry because it used to take a long time to sit here and try to clean up metal like this to even be able to MIG weld it. And this just cleaned it up in almost no time. So I'm trying not to think about how many hours I wasted cleaning up metal, where if I would have had this tool, I could have just cleaned this thing up in no time. So this is a 26 inch by 28 inch sheet of metal. So I'm gonna go ahead and see how fast I can clean this thing up. Something like this might have taken me, I don't know, 20 minutes or so. Get all this stuff cleaned up before with a grinder, and it would still look like garbage, because even if you use the little grinding wheels that aren't as abrasive, still kind of like leave some marks and stuff. I'm gonna see what I can do here. Yeah, that was ridiculously fast cleaning this up. I'd have no problem MIG welding this. I'm actually gonna be TIG welding the project together, and then I'm gonna be putting a coat of paint on here, but this is pretty smooth. I'm gonna have no problem priming and painting this. So even though I'm pretty sure this is one of my new favorite tools, the only complaint I would have is this is supposed to be a 13mm wrench. It's actually pretty loose on here. This is actually a 1/2 inch bolt, so I don't know, you might just want to use one of your 1/2 inch wrenches instead of this. So one of the reasons I'm really excited about this is I reuse a lot of metal, as metal is expensive. This piece of tubing came from my neighbor's little Harbor Freight tarp shed. It lasted a couple seasons, so he had me take it down so that I could have the metal. So I'm going to go ahead and clean this up for the project as well. So with that coarse drum, it had no problem ripping that paint off. And this is a rocking horse I'm going to be redoing in the future for my daughter. Probably by the time I get around to it, she'll probably be in junior high. So I absolutely love this machine. I like that you can easily get the replaceable drums. Don't have to go on Amazon or something to go get them. You just go to Harbor Freight or wherever. So tools like this make work a lot more fun, a little bit easier. And so I'm really excited to do the Christmas tree project. It's basically going to be a Christmas tree that holds Christmas cards. So watch for that video coming out. Hopefully I can get it done before Santa Claus comes. We appreciate everybody watching.